glad.
Welcome to No Dry Talk, Drip's official podcast.
Yay.
Can you introduce yourself, let our listeners know how you're associated with Drip?
Yes, so my name's Rayna, but I do prefer all my friends and whoever just to call me Ray because that's what I like. I do intermediate advanced heels at 8:30 on Tuesdays bi-weekly. And then I also do every Thursday at 7 p.m. beginner intermediate heels.
Tell us about you.
I grew up, born and raised in San Diego my entire life. I grew up as an athlete, so I was playing softball since the age of 6 years old, all the way up until college. I graduated in 2021. That's been a part of obviously like my entire life. And then when I graduated, I somehow found dance through my cousin because she was a dancer and teaching at the time. And then I just kind of like dived into it. When you grow up as an athlete, you're just so like mindset focused on school, practice, homework, getting your things done. And I felt like when I graduated, I was like, okay, what do I do now? Dance was never in my books, I guess you can say. Like I was always fascinated by it, but it was never like, oh, I'm going to be a dancer. It just kind of happened. When I think about my life when I was an athlete, I mean, dancers are athletes still.
Yes.
But it's a different kind of athlete, right? So when I think about my softball athlete life, that was like a whole nother person. And then I look at Ray, who's a dancer, and I'm just like, who's that? It's like a whole new personality like I've developed in a good way.
So tell us about that. What was Ray as an athlete like?
Ray as an athlete. I would say she was very strong-headed, kind of like a workhorse. Like I always wanted to practice. I always wanted to get better, do the hard things. Growing up with travel ball and like having like hard coaches, there was always like, well, if you're not good enough, you're not going to get into school for a scholarship. And there's always one person that's better than you. Like not even like the athlete world, just in life. Having that mindset of you have to get better if you want it has always been my mindset as an athlete. And I do think that's carried on into the dance for me.
Is Ray as a dancer, dance instructor, any softer, or do you feel like you are still kind of like a workhorse?
I definitely think I'm still a workhorse because I literally dance all the time. Not even just because like I love it, but once you see progress, for me, like I'm just like, okay, well, what else can I do? Like, how can I get better? There's always something that you can work on. Even if you have a strength, there's always a weakness. And even if you're strong in something, you can still get better at it no matter what. Being an instructor and connecting with students and like my people does bring out my soft side because I'm such a crybaby. Like and you tell me anything, I'm like, oh my God, me too. I start crying. Specifically in dance, you do see people's insecurities without them saying it. I've experienced it. Regardless, growing in your life, everybody has insecurities in different ways. Dance is just so much different that it brings it out because, we do the filming and you're moving so differently than your normal ways of movement just on the daily. You're like, why does my body look like that when I move this way? Or why does my face look like that? Or, I could see my imperfections. Me experiencing that just regardless in life and then through dance was like another level. I see that through my students and I feel like that's how I connect with them. That brings out my soft side. I can be that person for them to be like, don't worry about it. We're all here to like, look at me, I'm getting emotional.
I know.
I'm like, oh my God, I'm like gonna cry. Because why am I
No, I
crying?
love that.
I feel for people so hard. I've been in a dark place. I see that in others, even though they don't like talk about it. I could see it through dance. When my students get frustrated, like, oh, I didn't get it right. Never mind, I'll try again later. I'm like, no, it's okay. I got this. Oh my God, look at me.
Oh,
A mess. I think that's what like brings me the most joy of my soft side because I can be like a very like strict instructor. We got to do this,
Which
this,
I
and that. But at the same time, it's okay. You can breathe. Give yourself some grace. We're all human. I go through insecurities every day. Something about reassuring others also like reassures me.
and that's your fulfillment and joy. I mean, it's obvious you're
Yeah, I'm
passionate
like,
about it. When I was growing up in the hula world, I had a dance bully. And even to this day, this girl is still mean to me when I run into her. And so when I opened Drip, one of my biggest things was there are no mean girls in this space. You try to come in here and be mean to somebody, you are out.
Cut.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you're cut. And that's a standard I also hold for the staff and the instructors. Like you, I understand how hard that was. And I would go to class like fearful.
Yes.
She's going to say something mean to me. She's going to make me feel
Yeah.
stupid. And I was already self-conscious,
Like
you
you're
know?
already telling yourself that in your head. Like I don't need someone else doing that
Yeah,
too.
I don't need no one side-eyeing me because I'm already embarrassed doing
Yes.
this move. Man, I just want to hold space for others.
It's so funny that you said that, like, we'll kick them out. Because, like, in class, I'll tell my students to, like, when we film, this is for you. Have fun with it. It's always, like, judgment-free. No one's going to make fun of you. If you post your video, no one's going to be like, oh, my God, she got it wrong. Ha, ha, ha. No. And I was like, and if they do that, tell me.
Yes.
Because they're going to get the boot. Like,
Yes, I tell new students that too. No one's going to be mean to you in here, I promise. And if they are, you better tell me.
no. Yes. No. Yeah. Facts.
What made you start teaching?
My friends, when I first got into, like, the dance world. Some of you guys may know these people, but I was really close, I still am, with like Zara, Steph, and Karina. They were like my girls. When I first started dancing, we were like assisting for this instructor at the time. And then we really bonded and then like just stuck together. Zara started teaching by herself, Gotti and Steph started, and then they were like, Ray, why don't you teach? I don't know. Me, I was like, I'm still trying to figure out my life, you guys. But we're just like all excited to try new things. I was kind of against it because I had just started dancing. I was not that far in. I really want to like train myself and know what I'm doing. And I knew I could do it because I've taught fitness classes. So I definitely know like how to lead people, but dance is a lot different than we're going to squat and then like do this and 12 burpees. All right, next. I also did get an opportunity with another friend to start teaching at this gym at Ocean Pacific Gym and Wellness. That gym is like kind of all over the place in a good way because like it's not like your typical gym. They like have so many different classes like jiu-jitsu, like how here is breath work, all that good stuff. And then he saw just some girl like dancing in the wood studio one day and was like, oh my God, like what's that? And then she was like friends with her. And then he like messaged her, would you ever teach a dance class here? And then she ended up texting our little group chat and was like, hey, does anyone want to like teach with me for fun? And I was like, you know what? Why not? What's the worst that could happen? So then that's how I kind of got into it, but it was more like fitness, dance versus a heels class. Like we wore heels, but it wasn't how it is in the studio or people do their pop-up classes. I did it for like 2 or 3 months, maybe a little bit longer. Based off of that, I was like, wait.
You're hooked.
Yeah, I like this. So I was like, I don't know what it was about it, but I want to keep doing this. It was a little bit of a struggle because I was still like learning as a dancer myself and trying to learn to be an instructor at the same time. So I didn't really do it super consistently. It was like, I did do it at the gym consistently every week. But before I started Move with Ray, it was just pop-up classes and then maybe every other Thursday. I don't want to teach consistently if I don't feel like I'm 100%. So that's why I was taking all these classes and trying to get my training up because I was like, I do love this and I actually do want to do it. And going back to the fulfillment of making others feel good in their own body and their own skin, it's just like a different way of telling people that through dance than just working out.
Yes.
But that's what it was for me. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to put in the work, get my shit together so I can do this and like help people.
I actually reached out to Ray because I saw you training so much. And then I would see you in the studio and you were always so kind to everybody. Plus I thought you were an amazing dancer. And I was so nervous to reach out to her. I made Jenny reach out to her because I was like, what if she doesn't want to come and I'm scared?
Oh my goodness. I remember your voice message. She's like, I'm just going to shoot my shot. I was like, girl, oh my God, please.
I do respect that about you a lot is you're constantly trying to get better. I think it's such an advantage for students. We as instructors we still want to grow as well.
You should always do that because if you're going to be an advocate for your students to be like, go take other classes or do the training and then you're not doing anything, but you're doing your own classes, you're not going to get better for your students.
Yes.
And that's how I see it. If you want your students to grow and be consistent with you and then like tell them to go to other places to keep growing in their dance journey, you also have to keep up with that. When you take classes, you learn different things that your body can do that you didn't know.
I was interviewing Giselle yesterday for the podcast and I asked her if there was anything she wanted to ask you.
Oh my goodness.
She brought up the same thing that Kenny brought up in his podcast.
What?
Rayna in a pump. You can dance in a pump like nobody have ever seen.
Really?
I don't know
if you so?
I don't know if you realize that, but
I don't.
It was so funny because me and Giselle were talking. She goes, maybe Rayna can teach a class on pumps, on like how to dance in a pump. And I was like, I think it's just balance. And she's like, okay, well then can she teach a class on balance? So we should talk about that, teaching like a technique class. I think just on balance. You don't realize it because you dance in a pump, but dancing in a pump is really scary.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so you do know.
No, I do know.
Okay.
But I think I didn't realize how good it looked because I'm just like used to it now.
It's insane.
But it's hard. It's fucking hard.
Okay, so it is hard.
Yes.
There's no ankle support.
I'm out here like, I can dance in a pump.
Yeah.
That's what no. Once you go into a pump, you have it. First of all, it's hard like to get used to because we're so used to like our laces supporting us. So then you have freedom. When you get used to it and then you put the laces back on, you're like, ew, I don't like this.
It's confining.
Well, at least for me, it feels so restricted. I will say floor work is not my favorite in them. You gotta like force it, I guess you could say, so your toes aren't like all weird. Yeah. But then also, I think it just depends like on the choreo because there's some choreos where I'm like, nah, I want my laces. I feel grounded.
I wonder if we should do a class on just a pump then. Maybe half the class is in a pump and half the class is in a lace.
Yeah, that could be experimental. I think it's a little bit different on how you point your toe versus like
Yes.
in your laces. Laces, like you could just point and then it's there. Watching back some of my videos, if I point too much, it looks a little off, or like if your foot's a certain way, the pump looks off. It takes a lot of practice and getting used to before it looks good.
A pump looks so good though.
It
Like your
does.
legs just look extra long. You know, there's not
Yes.
that like
I
thing around your
know.
ankle.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It's so feminine. I don't know.
Yes, yes. Emma dances so
Oh my
well in
God.
a pump too.
Yeah, she dances amazing.
You're such a girl's girl. Where do you think that came from? And was that modeled for you growing up or something you chose to become?
I've always been like that. Going back to like being in a dark place, feeling like my lowest and being at rock bottom, I would never want anyone to feel the way I feel. Because when I went through my things, I feel like I was very alone and I didn't have anybody. Peak of like depression and everything was when I was out in college. And I went to college out in Indiana and I grew up in San Diego. So it's a big difference. And I can't just drive home either. And not being that close to my family was also really hard. So also not having that many friends out there and getting to know people for the first time. Damn, like I'm out here by myself.
It's just me.
It's just me. Yeah, you know. Whoever has ever been in a dark place, you've been in your thoughts so deeply and you've talked so bad about yourself. And then hopefully like you get out of it, or once you get out of it, you're like, why was I doing that to myself? When you think about it a little bit deeper, like, would I talk to you like that?
Right.
No. And if I did, then that's just mean. I don't like mean people. I've experienced mean things said to me, and here it comes. Going through that stuff, it just put a lot of realization into my head. If I would never do that to anybody else, there's just no reason for it. You know, it's so easy to be nice.
It is so easy.
And it's also so easy to not say anything if you
Yes.
have an opinion. You know what I mean? Like if
Yes.
you're so strong about it, why do I have to express that to you? If you are doing that now, like gone through the healing and stuff, it's just projection. Truly, I don't think anyone means that well what they say. I think it comes from whatever they went through and whatever they're projecting either about themselves or something they're thinking about, and they don't like it because you're expressing this like happiness. I've always been like that though since I was a kid. My mom always tells me, if you ever wake you up for school, you would just wake up and be like, good morning, I'm so excited to go to school. And I was like, really? I was like, that makes a lot of sense though, because when I wake up, I'm just always like, all right, this is amazing. Like, what now? Even being in my darkest place, I've always told myself in that moment, this is not how I want to live. You know, I don't want to be in a dark place all the time. I want to be happy. Expressing that to other people like fulfills my cup and makes me want to keep going. If I can make somebody smile, that makes me smile and that brings me joy.
So this disposition is just something you've always had.
Yeah, I think so.
I love that. That's sweet. I told Giselle this story in the last podcast. I had interviewed for a job and I was overly bubbly to the point where the people interviewing me had told the office after I left, she was like too friendly. Well, Ray didn't see me, but she was there and she heard my voice and she told them, no, this is how Glad is all the time. And then I went in for my second interview and they're like, oh yeah, we called you back because there was somebody at the office who said this is who you are. And they never told me it was her.
Oh my God.
And then I found out 2 months later.
Oh, when we were talking.
Yeah, when we were
there.
talking. Yeah, and I was like, where do you work? So that was so nice. You are a woman who already had this position and you said my name in a room full of opportunities. That was so cool.
Yeah, and that's like my thing too. Anything work related, I work really hard to get where I get, but at the same time, like I always want to take anybody else to the top with me.
Me
like,
too.
No matter what, life is always about connections and the people that you know. And if there's an opportunity and I hear your name, like why not speak up?
I'm like that too. And that's why I open Drip. There's room for all of us.
Yes.
And that's why I encourage the instructors to host their own classes, do their own workshops, have their own privates here. It's not going to affect my business. Like I'm not losing anything by you guys winning. I'm just like excited to be a part of it. Like you're going to have your own class. That's so fun.
Yes.
You started dancing later than most instructors. Did that ever make you feel behind or did it actually free you from comparison?
Both. The dance world is, you know, it's so different.
Savage.
Yeah, it is pretty savage. I'm not gonna lie. When I first started teaching and like, you know, really putting my work ethic into the craft, I was just like, everybody knows what they're doing, like, you know, and I'm just kind of like winging it and trying to do the best that I can and make sure like it's right. But then at the same time, it did free me from comparison because it was like, if I put in this amount of work and I got to where I am, I can do anything. I'm in my lane. I know what I'm doing. I know what work I need to put in. And then whatever I want to offer as an instructor is all I have to worry about. I feel like sometimes people get wrapped up in like, I need to be better than you, or I need to do this, X, Y, and Z. But at the end of the day, everybody's going to do what they want to do.
You built a community before you ever stepped into Drip. What's the biggest lesson you've learned about keeping people engaged and loyal? Actually, even before we get into that,
What?
when you came to Drip and you had, several students follow you here, were you surprised or did you expect that?
Both, because I always don't want to set this standard in my head that like people are going to follow me. But like at the same time, I was like, they follow you because they like you. And
I think I am just wondering if you understand your greatness or your power in wanting people to come see you. Like, do you feel that or are you surprised by it?
I was surprised by it when it happened. I never tried to like hold a standard for people that they're going to follow me. And then going back to not growing up as a dancer and like just starting out, I think it's always a struggle for me to accept that people like you, like people want to come to you because they like you. When I first started dancing, I was maybe like a year in and then I started teaching. That's pretty quick. A lot of people have opinions on social media and, they start going on these rants like people shouldn't be teaching. And I was seeing a lot of that and experiencing some things. And it was really taking like a backlash on me and like, damn, like, should I be doing this? Or I don't know, but I felt it. If I feel it, work for it. Going back to my students following me, I think it's still almost hard to accept.
And I do have an opinion about those posts, and I want to know your opinion. If a person is new and they've been dancing for 6 months and they decide to teach, let them. They will get clients or they won't, and they will quickly find out or be humbled. Let them try, dude. We all had our first class. Let them try.
When I first started teaching, there was some posts like that. I would have rather had any of my mentors come to me and been like, I think this.
Yes.
Instead of going on social media right away and saying your opinion. How can I look up to these people? Then like all of a sudden I'm saying this. In life, you just have people you look up to.
Yeah.
So it's like if I look up to you, why wouldn't you like want to help me? But like you said, at the end of the day, like people are going to do what they want to do. Just let them find out. And that's a very touchy subject because the people that did grow up dancing have such a strong opinion about dance and like it's their fucking world. And I get it because that's how I was about softball. But at the same time, like it just happens.
And I also think longevity does not mean that you deserve something. Yeah, maybe I've been dancing since I was 7 years old. It does not mean I deserve to have students and I deserve to have a class and I deserve all these things because I know how to dance. The magic is behind what service am I giving to people? What am I holding space for? That is way more important. And obviously you hold space for people in a way that they feel special and they want to keep coming back and see you and they'll follow you to other studios.
Yes. And I feel like there's space for everybody. This world is so big.
Okay, so back to the question. What's the biggest lesson you've learned about keeping people engaged and loyal?
Being yourself. And it sounds like so cliche, but it's the hard truth. You want to like try so hard to like keep the people and like maybe do the most popular song or do what looks attractive or do the trends. If you're just only all about that and not like throwing a joke in class here and there, when you connect with them more on a personal level, that's what makes them keep coming back. It's not even just the dance. I want to know about your life too. And I've made so many friends. My students have turned into my friends. Like they're my besties, you know what I mean? You want to like keep things consistent in your style, but you also want to keep giving them a challenge. Because like I hear it from my students all the time. Like when I give my students a good mix, here's a challenge, but you can also do this. It's like the best of both worlds. When you cater to every single person in your class in that way, it makes everyone feel seen. I always ask my students after class, how did you feel? Did you like this? And they give me like their raw answers, like, or I didn't really like how you did this. That's okay. I'll take all the feedback I can get. That's something I can work on. And I'd rather have that feedback than like them being like, yeah, it was cool.
And then never coming back.
Yeah, I'm like,
you're
all
like,
right.
why? I thought it was good.
Yeah, I thought we were friends.
Yeah.
So I think that's what makes people keep coming back.
I find it so important to know people's names. And I am never embarrassed to be like, I forgot your name. What is it again?
Same.
And that is also why when people come into Drip for the first time, we give them a tour because I think there is just something calming and safe when you just know where the bathrooms are. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, please. Where's the bathroom?
Yeah, you know that there's a water station if you're thirsty. Like you have a face at the front desk who immediately already knows your name.
I always forget people's names. It's really hard. There's so many of you guys.
There's so many.
I love you all. You know what I will know though? Your Instagram handle name.
Yeah. That's true.
I'll be like in class, I'm like, I don't know your name, but I know your Instagram name.
Yeah, I remember when I hired Izzy and I was asking you, I'm like, oh, do you know Izzy? And you go, is that Muse?
Yes. I was like, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, is that music? Yes. Like, yeah, that one. I know.
Yeah. What is your favorite type of music to teach to?
A good R&B, like something sexy. I love a good grind on the floor. Pop that ass.
I love when you, Jenny, Emma, when you guys do a line. That form, wow, that looks really beautiful.
It's just so clean. Like,
Yes. It helps you feel like a woman, like you move differently.
It does.
What does heels represent to you? Confidence, femininity, power, therapy?
Heels to me represent confidence, femininity, strength, and elegance. When you put a heel on, you're like, I own this shit. First of all, dancing in a heel is already hard.
Yes.
Dancing is hard in
Walking
general.
in a heel is hard.
Oh my God. Don't even get me started. You know, it brings a different type of confidence. You know, my guys out there that like to wear the heels, it's the same kind of energy. And then I put strength because it does take strength to dance in a heel. It just gives you like this type of power.
I like that you talked about strength because I do think too dancers forget that they need to build strength to dance better.
Yeah. Core.
Yes.
People are always like, how do you balance? I'm like, core. Everything comes from right here.
Because
Like,
I mean,
all the
when
time.
you're down and you're flipping your hair, you will lose balance if your core isn't strong. Or even
Literally.
just like the stamina. Because I'll
Yes.
see some people in class, they're like sweating right away or they're breathing
Right.
hard. They should work on their cardio a little bit. Then they could keep up in class better. Strength training is very important.
It is very important.
And tell me a little bit about your background as a trainer.
When I went to college, I studied kinesiology, graduated in it. I was so into fitness. Like my Instagram username used to be Fit Queen Ray.
Ooh.
Everybody knows, if you know that name, like for real. When I was going out, people were like, Fit Queen Ray? And I was like, no. Usually like men. And I was like, I don't.
Ew.
But it was like,
Ew.
Oh, gross.
Men.
But I changed it because that's when like I was getting into dance too. When I had that username, the guys would be like, Fit Queen Ray, don't you like work out and dance? And I was like, they know both sides.
Yeah.
No, I was like, y'all can't know me in public. But my TikTok is still Fit Queen Ray because that one's for fun.
Don't you think you have a different personality on TikTok than Instagram?
Oh, 100%. Like,
Dude, I don't want nobody following me on TikTok. That is not for my friends or my family. That is for strangers on the
literally
internet.
strangers who don't know a thing about
Yes,
me.
like I can just be silly and whatever.
I be posting on there like no care in the world.
Yes.
And then Instagram like dance, this.
Curated.
Yes,
Yes.
like it's all planned out.
So yeah, if you ever find me on TikTok, please don't follow me if you know
Right.
me in real life. It's gonna be embarrassing.
Yeah. I was a personal trainer when I came back home from college. I did this internship here in like La Jolla. It was called Show Up Fitness. Either you're a personal trainer already or you are learning to be one. And it was just on-site kind of stuff. So we would go in, study for like an hour and a half, how to make a workout plan, like nutrition. And then the next hour or so would be us training each other. It escalated to like, bringing clients in. And I was training clients there in La Jolla. And then I found like this gym where I could bring my clients. And then I did that for like another year. So I was doing it for 2 years and it was like consistent and I liked it. I was loving dance so much. I don't know if I want a personal train anymore. And it's not because I didn't not like it. I just loved dancing more. That's when I was like taking class literally Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
It was just too much because the one thing about me is when I try something new, I want to put my whole life into it. I just started teaching and it started escalating. And that's when Madhouse reached out to me. Started teaching at Madhouse. Love Madhouse.
Yeah.
And then you reached out to me, started teaching. And, now we're here. Kind of crazy because I didn't expect that.
Really?
It just happened.
That wasn't part of your plan. Like
Teaching was not part of my plan at all. Because, when I graduated college after playing softball my entire life, I just needed something to fulfill that void. When I was given the opportunity to have that fun class at that gym, it just sparked something in me.
I am such a big believer of people trying everything because you just don't know what you'll be good at.
I always do like a lot of little side quests and I love all of them. But something about this one is like, no, this is where I need to be.
What other side quests have you done?
I was learning to be an athletic trainer. Well, that's part of my degree. And I was going to go to get my master's in it. And then I also was going to do like being a nutritionist. I can learn things and I can pick up things quick, but if I'm not feeling it, I'm just going to stop doing it. I've tried doing photography. Now I do it like here and there. I do it for my job. And no matter like how tired I get or how tired I am the day of, once I start teaching, once I start dancing, like none of that matters.
Is it ever hard on your body?
I'm hurting right now. It is. It is really hard on the body. I guess me growing up as an athlete, all of my coaches and, being in college specifically, they were like, do your ice baths, go get stem, go get scrape. The way I like throw my body around now, okay, I got to take it even more serious.
So the recovery is really important to
Recovery is really important because if you don't do any recovery, good luck. because your body will not last that long. Even playing softball and like in the beginning of my dance journey, I was like, oh yeah, like I'll do it here and there. And then like you get hurt and you're like, damn. When you take care of your body a lot, even if you do experience a minor injury, you know how to take care of it. You know how to limit yourself the right way. And then you don't prolong your injury. Personal training kind of helped me with that. Zay, she's always like, why does my knee hurt right here? And I said, well, this is like connected to your IT band. This wraps around here. This wraps around here. So maybe it's your hamstring. Usually your injury where it's at is coming from somewhere else because it's compensating wherever that pain is coming from.
Yes.
And then it's like affecting a different part of your body.
That is also another reason I'm doing the wellness events. Like our next one on March 28th is going to have a cold plunge and a sauna truck. I just feel like I need to introduce these recovery methods and these wellness methods to our dance community because I see so many dancers get injured. Well, one, you're not strength training, and two, you're not letting your body rest and recover in a way that's healthy for it so you can dance the next day. People don't like to stretch even.
Oh my God. Literally, nobody likes to stretch. And it's so funny because I would be stretching for an hour. I do not care. Like, you know,
I stretch
like,
every morning 10 minutes. I put on a meditation exactly 10 minutes long and I force myself to stretch.
Yes.
I am right now on fascia TikTok. It's mostly like Chinese. I don't know if it's Tai. I don't think it's called Tai Chi. It's another form of Chinese movement where they just kind of like move around. It's like what all the old ladies do at the park. But apparently it's so good for your fascia and just loosening it so your body can move in a better way. I've lost the like pain in my traps.
Ooh.
How do you create choreography? Do you start with music, a mood, a story, or a specific feeling you want people to leap with?
I have to choose the song. But to choose the song has to be whatever I'm going through that week. Part of like the best part about dance, because it heals you. If I'm feeling sad, I get to be in my feels through movement. Once I figure out the song, I'm more of a lyrical person. The song could be about love and whatever, and your girl's single, but I'm a hopeless romantic. I always relate it to whatever I'm feeling, however I want it to be expressed when I give it to my students. I make the choreography because of how I feel and how I like moving, but it's also like your job as a student to connect that to whatever you're thinking about. I could be in my feels about this man and you're like, I love my man. Yeah. Like, you know, that's okay. Like, you know, you get to choose that. That's what I did with Kiss It Better by Rayna. It was for like Valentine's Day vibes. And I was like, I feel like this song, she's talking about like, fuck this man, but like, I love you. And I was like, see, don't listen to me because that's toxic.
Yeah,
but
that's
like,
so
but I was like, but maybe for you, you're like, come here, boy. Like, you know, so it depends.
Yeah, it could mean something for everybody.
Yeah.
You work full time as a social media manager and content creator, another creative job. Tell me about how that impacts the way you think all day. Does the creativity ever get draining?
Yeah, it does. There's days where I'm just like, I'm tired. People like to think like, oh my God, your job's so easy. You get to film these little videos and just post them. I'm like, yeah, so fun. Like, and it is really fun. But at the same time, like what they don't think about, I work for whoever like business, but I don't work with anybody else. I go to these locations. I have to film the content. I have to think of the idea that I want to create. After I film it, I have to download it. I have to put it all together, put the music, sync it to maybe what it matches the vibe. Then I got to post it on all the accounts, and I have to be active with everybody that is commenting and like all the things. And it's a lot of work for one person, like, you know, and I do it for like 7 businesses. Sometimes I'm just like, I'm out of ideas today. Like, I don't even know what. Here's a picture, guys.
As a UGC creator, I have contacted clients and been like, hey, straight up, I don't want to smile today on camera.
Yeah.
And I don't know what to make for your video. So like, I need a day off. How do you get yourself back into a creative mood?
I do go on a walk with my puppy because she always makes everything feel better. Usually like by the beach. I always have to go back to why I'm doing this. You can get so exhausted from like the things that you love when you go back to your why. Working for like the people I do for these businesses, these guys are so like strong-headed. They put in so much work. If they're moving and going, like it's my job to make these places look pretty and showcase all the work they're putting in. So
I love that.
It gives me this motivation.
So you brought up your doggy. Tell me a little more about your dog.
I love her. Her name's Kalia. She's half boxer, half Boston Terrier. She's 4. She turns 5 this year.
Oh,
Crying. She's getting so big. Well, because I've had her since she was 3 months. So just a little nugget.
Why did you decide to get her at that point in your life?
When I was in college, one of my roommates, she lives up north in California, and her dogs, like, she had planned to like have babies with them. When the time came, I was living with my dad, my sister, and my brother-in-law. I drove up to go get her. I do think it was like such a pivotal moment that I got her. I was going through it. Everybody knows living with family is not easy. I was so used to living on my own, like with my roommates, having my own time and doing this and having my schedule. And then like you go home and my dad's like, where are you going? Like, what time are you coming home? What time are you home? Like, I'm trying to live my life, man. She was a main source of like, I get to smile when I get home because I get to see you.
Is it just you and her now?
Me, her, and I have a cat now.
Oh.
I'm a, what do you call it? A cat mom.
What's the cat's name?
Gigi.
And they love each other.
They do love each other. So my best friend, she loves helping the feral cats on the street by her house. Specifically this one that she saved. She brought him in to the house, took care of him and everything, and then took him to a foster home so he can get adopted. But then he never got adopted, and I know. And then her mom was like, well, I'm going to adopt him back because he deserves to live in the house. So, you know, all the things. And they already had 3 cats in the house. Those cats didn't get along with him. And they were trying to start fights with him. And then so they asked me, I have to, like, I can't not, you know. But it's really nice that I get to like have him, and it helps, I think, Kalia, because my schedule's so busy. Now that she has like a little friend, it's nice, and I think she's actually more calm now.
They have a sibling now.
Yes.
I grew up with 3 cats and 3 dogs at the same time, and every single one we found on the street or like we adopted. Our first dog, a Shih Tzu, we got from my aunt, but yeah, everyone else was rescued. It's so fun having them in the house.
Having him, I'm just like, who put you on the street? Like, oh my
God,
gosh.
doesn't it make you mad?
It makes me so mad. My best friend will always say this one was in a house, got out, or someone just left him or something, because he was like really friendly and like always coming around.
I love that you're an animal lover. That's cool. It tells a lot about someone's character when they love animals. You've only been teaching at Drip for, is it a month or 2 now?
I think almost 2.
What do you think makes an instructor unforgettable? We kind of went over this a little bit, but just like in general, not even just for you, what do you think like makes Jenny so special, or Emma, or Kenny?
The way you direct and lead class is super important. Me as a student, I like a certain timeline. First of all, we can even start with Jenny. So I love going to her class because you know you're going to get a good warm up. You're probably going to do some abs, maybe like a little arm workout. She'd be doing the little, I don't know, but that shit hurts. And I'm like, but let's get it. Like, you know, you're going to do like your releves before you get in your heel. And then you're going to do your across the floors. Honestly, Jenny could do a whole class of across the floors and I'd be good. How you connect with your students, making them feel seen. For me specifically, I always say motivational speeches or like reading the room. Some of my students come to me like, Ray, I just feel like this student didn't really have class etiquette. That's my job as an instructor, to regulate class. I want everyone to feel comfortable. Trying your best to remember students' names.
Yes.
Makes you unforgettable. It's always nice when you're in class and you're running the choreo and you're like, yes, Glad, good job, keep going. And like you're mid-dancing, but you hear it and you're like, oh, she's watching me? Like, it's a different kind of feeling.
I love a shout out.
Yes, I love that.
I'm like, you saw me?
No, literally. Even I get like that. I'm like, me? Like, I thought of Jenny when I wrote this because I said maybe having them demo something for the whole class to see, because something that she does is like in her round 2s is she goes, okay, you, let's show the class the part that she just taught us. And I think that makes instructors unforgettable too. Not only are you making your students feel seen and like validated, you're also picking and choosing like people that you know are growing with you. What I do in my classes, I always watch them. When I'm like, oh, do you guys want to see this part of the choreo that we just learned with music? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, let me have you and you come do it with me. And they're like, no. I'm like, you guys have it. Come on, do it with me. Like, y'all don't need to see just me. Like, we're all doing this together. But I want everyone to see everybody's different styles. Or I did it recently in my beginner intermediate class. One of my good friends came to class and she's a really great dancer, but she's just so good at textures. But at the end of that class, I was like, I want Selena to go by herself and I want everyone to watch her, how she's doing it. Because I give you guys the choreo, but it's your job to tell the story. And when you watch Selena, you can tell that, and it's her telling her story. You don't have to look exactly like the instructor giving you the choreo.
I did get feedback from a student for another instructor. Sometimes she feels like a drill sergeant where I can't make a mistake. Instructors, sometimes they really love their choreo and they forget that their body's never going to move like you because they didn't dance since they were 2 years old. Or they're a contemporary dancer and they're trying to learn hip hop. Their body just is not used to that. Give them some grace and let them know it's okay.
Yes. There's a lot of dancers that grew up in ballet ballet or gymnastics, they're like so used to being yelled at and the strictness,
yes.
you know. I try to take that a lot into consideration because you can probably have the most technical dancer in your room and then you put them in the heel and they're like, I don't know how to flow. I know 5, 6, 7, 8 sharp, you know, they're not used to, I could just feel good, you know? So I feel like that's something we have to take into consideration sometimes that I've noticed.
Kenny and I actually talked about that in his podcast about how he was used to teachers who would yell at him. And we were both like, we'll listen to you guys. You don't have to yell at us. Because I grew up with very strict instructors too. They were never mean, but you know, they're Hawaiian teachers who learned to dance in really hot areas so they didn't feel like we needed a fan, or you know, they're like, you don't need water breaks in Hawaii, it's super hot and we didn't get water breaks. So
Literally.
you are so used to people being strict, and then you go to a class like here at Drip and the instructors are nice and you're like, oh,
You're like, wait. When I was in softball, like all my coaches were men, all of our dads. Like, you know, it's my dad, my best friend's dad, my other friend's dad. Like, they're mean to us. Like, as soon as we made a mistake, they're throwing the buckets, go run the pole. And I'm just like,
oh my God,
I'm a child. Like,
yes.
you know, so I definitely can understand that a little bit, for sure.
You are strict in class though. I like that about you.
A little bit. A little bit. I do it for the good of everybody. We have students that like to film themselves during class. When we provide the filming, if you're going to sit there right after your video and then watch your video in class as students are dancing, that's just something I don't like, because it just shows me and everybody else that you're being a little self-centered. You're not giving that respect to everybody else. When you were dancing, nobody else was on their phone and they were cheering you on. So why are you not paying attention anymore?
I had to put that in all the confirmation emails. When you sign up for a class, it specifically says last 15 minutes of class is filming. Please do not ask instructors or other students to film you on your cell phone. The big reason is students also don't want to be distracted. They want to be focused. They're locked in on their training. And then someone's like, well, can you record me? We're giving you professional footage, you guys.
Yes.
For free at the end of class. I promise you're going to get some kind of footage of you. The footage is a cherry on top. The whole training is why you should be in class.
Yes. And I always tell my students, this is for you guys, because everybody is on their own different journey of dance. What you came for was what all the work we put in that last hour. And you watch yourself for a minute, 30 seconds and you messed up and you're mad.
I mess up a lot in class, or I'll blank out, or I'll forget the choreo.
Yes.
But I have so much fun. Like Angel's classes.
Oh, I love Angel's classes.
I love her. Her choreo is so fun, but I 100% of the time will mess up her choreo when we record. I don't even care.
No, it's just fun. She's so like, she's a little working machine, I swear. Like,
I don't know how she doesn't get tired. And she'll say she's tired, but I just saw you on Instagram and you were at the gym for like 4 hours.
Right.
Then you ran, then you did this and you did that. She takes Jenny's class right after her class on Wednesdays.
she does. The thing is, she goes ham and cheese.
Of course she does.
All the time.
She's helping me train Megan right now because Megan's going to start
I
doing her
did see
pop-up.
that.
Yeah. Megan has been coming to Drip every week for a very long time. And she performed with Angel at our 1-year anniversary too. So she's just like so committed to Drip.
I
She
think
just shines.
she's gonna do well. One time, I was making choreo here, and then she like came to practice her little choreo that she was gonna teach for her first pop up. That's so exciting. I could see like, the eagerness in her.
And it's going to be exciting to have someone who has a style like Angel's, where you can kind of learn how to get into Angel's class.
Oh my god, it's
right?
It's literally perfect. Angel's insane.
She's
in like the best
insane.
way.
Her movements flow into each other. She's one of the best dancers I've ever seen.
Oh, 100%. Well, okay, actually funny. Haha, Angel. So I seen you on the Instagram for fitness because I was super into fitness. I always saw her, but I was like, oh, like she's cool and like she has like a banging body. Like, and then I was like, she's a dancer? Where has she been? And then I seen her like doing her classes and I was like, oh, she's fucking good.
Have you seen her do contemporary?
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. She has
love her
made me
contemporary.
cry.
Me. I forgot what song she did. One of those songs like you have in your playlist when you're depressed. And she was doing chorus after I took class. I got so emotional.
I mean, just watching her students in class, like, or when I'm filming, I'm like wiping my tears away. I'm like, God, this is so beautiful.
Yes.
So yeah, I hope someday she teaches contemporary again, because
She needs
it's
to.
amazing.
Please. I
Please,
want it.
Angel.
We want it. I want it.
Yeah, we want to just cry
No,
again.
literally. Or like a workshop. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, that would be fun.
That would
yeah.
be really fun workshop.
I'll talk to her about that. Yes. I would love to do that too. If someone listening wants to start something but feels too late or not trained enough, what would you tell them?
Do it. Straight up, just do it. Why not try? Maybe you're really good at it. Or maybe you do and you're like, actually, I don't even like this. But like you're not gonna know until you try. When I was taking all these dance classes, I was really particular about who I was giving my money to. If you're gonna give a service and you're gonna make people pay $25 to $30, you better make sure you know what you're doing. Find the training, go take privates, take a technique class, build your foundation in yourself before you just give it to others.
Yeah, I'm so strict about the instructors I hire now that I've taken over the dance program. People are paying good money to be here, and we need to give them the best instructors we can find.
Right. I agree.
I love our instructors. I love every single person.
Everybody.
Even the staff. I love every single person here.
We all just like get each other.
And I love that everyone is obsessed with going to each other's classes. That was something I had always hoped for. I've been kind of tapping people on the shoulder that have been coming to Drip consistently, and like I've seen them growing in class, because I do feel that if you have a connection to Drip emotionally, like yourself, you're going to want to do better when you become an instructor here.
100%.
So that's why I've been kind
agree.
of like watching people in classes. That's actually why I pulled Paige to do fitness too. Paige came to her first class, I think it was June 4th. First week we opened, and she has consistently every single week has just come to a class. She's so sweet, and she just loves Drip on itself. What a perfect representative to have in class. I know. So if you see any stars, you let me know.
I got you, girl. But I really want to take Emma's class. I can't because I teach on Mondays when she teaches, and I'm like, ugh. And then I teach on Thursday when she teaches on Thursday. And I'm like, I could never go to her class. So maybe like a pop-up.
I wonder if you guys could do a collab pop-up or a collab workshop, because she dances in pumps too.
I know. She's amazing.
Her dance style is so different.
It is.
You, her, and Jenny all have such different heel styles, and I love it. And Emma kind of gets experimental sometimes. I think one time she did a choreo to a monologue.
Oh,
that was really fun. I was like,
that's interesting.
Yeah, I was like, am I hearing
what
speaking
song?
right now? I can't remember. Maybe it was Beyonce. But I have to ask her. But I remember that was really cool.
Yeah.
And she's like, was that too weird? I'm like, no.
Never, girl.
Yeah, I'm like, get weirder.
Yeah, people like that stuff though. Like, and that's what I mean, like being yourself. You don't always have to follow the trend. If you feel called to do something, then do it. Chances are your students are gonna love that anyways.
Yeah. When you choreograph, do you do it with another person, or do you feel you work better alone? Because I know Jenny comes in here because she likes to see it on someone else's body. And ever since Angel started training Megan, she was like, oh, it helps because now I can see what it looks like.
Yeah, I agree. So I do love having someone come with me. It's usually Zay. She'll give me her honest opinion, and I think that's like great for me because when I'm by myself, I do overthink it a lot. Also like helps me teach it to her almost before I teach it to the class. I'm very like used to like doing counts now. That's like how I was taught from my girlies at Madhouse because Kira helps me a lot with my counts. It just makes things flow better too, and it helps you as an instructor to like fill the gaps in. Because sometimes we want to hit everything, but girl, you still have 5, 6.
There was a count, yes.
Like, you know, like there's
or
something
there's an
before
and
that.
count.
So when I figure out the count with Zay, like, it's nice that I can do that there with her. And then in class, it's like, all right, I know the counts, so I can teach you guys like properly.
Well, and I will tell you, the students at Drip, I enjoy their feedback. I actually ask for it. And I have had some students tell me, oh, there's an instructor where their counts are confusing. And that's why I tell instructors, you're not teaching to students who don't know anything. You're actually teaching to very experienced students at Drip. And you have to like elevate yourself because they will tell you they're not happy.
Yeah,
they will tell me they're not happy. Tell me about your relationship with Zay and Zara, Steph, Kari. How important are those relationships to you? Because I see you with them often, and I know they're also in the dance world. Are most of your friends in the dance world right now?
Gotti, Zara, and Steph, those are my dance sisters. No matter how busy we get or like where life takes us, like we always find our way back to each other. And I think in the beginning, when we first built our friendship, we were really, really close and spending so much time together, but that was before we were all teaching.
So you guys were just students.
Yeah, we were just students together. I miss it. I really do. Like, you know, because it was such a little era for us. When I first started dancing, they were the girls that took me in. They're like the sweetest people like I've ever met. Honestly, I don't think I would be like, here I go. I get so emotional about my people. Without them, I wouldn't be like where I am today because I've had moments talking to them where I'm like, this isn't for me, I'm gonna quit. And then be like, no, Ray, you're doing so good. Keep going, like you got this. And like even the other day, I think Zara was like, you wanted to quit that one time and look at you now. And I'm just like, you're right, you know? So like they hold a very special place in my heart because they pushed me to like keep going for like what they know I love.
Well, first of all, I thought Zara just on social media was one of the most beautiful people I've ever seen.
Gorgeous.
And then I saw her in person and I'm like, Oh my God, you look exactly the same.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of all four of you.
Oh.
But I love when I see you guys at lunch together
Oh
or
my God.
hanging out. And I'm like,
I love
oh, this
them.
is so sweet.
Yeah. Say, she's special too because she started as just my student. She was there at my very first class like I ever taught at that gym at some studio called Dance House, I think. It's like by Liberty Station area. She kept coming to my class consistently. I either messaged her or she messaged me and she was like, do you want to go to LA and take a class? And I was like,
Oh.
yeah. The first car ride, we were kind of awkward. I kid you not, the second time we went, we were like, "Ah, la, 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 la." Ever since we connected off just going to class together and then building that friendship, it led into her coming to make choreography with. When you love something so much and you just want to get better and you have that person that feels the exact same way, okay, we're in this together.
I feel that way about the people I hire here. When you first start out and you're so scared and people are not nice about it, you remember. And then you start meeting people who are nice to you and you're like, wait, oh, I need more of that.
Yes.
And I need instructors that are excited to be here and that love what I'm doing because I love what I'm doing.
Yes.
So yeah, it makes such a difference, like just for your mental health.
You realize like you have people to lean on at the
Yes.
same time. Me and Zay, we definitely trauma bonded for sure. But having that and dance as healing has really helped.
I am very trusting of you and the people that you bring into Drip, like Zay, and then I'm interviewing Zoe this week.
I love Zoe.
And then what are your plans for dance or your creativity or just like life in general for the next couple years?
I actually had this conversation the other day with my dance instructor, Janelle, at Play, because we do like the performance team and all that. It's kind of hard for me to like pinpoint a certain goal. I just started dancing 4 years ago. I'm going to go with the flow and I'm going to go wherever it takes me. I think teaching is definitely like forever in the books until like I can't anymore because I do love it so much. The reason why I even joined Play Hard Team was for the performance aspect. I realized I love performing, you know, I love being on stage and I never thought I'd be teaching at these studios.
Let me ask you this, with performing, what do you love about it? And do you see yourself continuing to do that?
I do see myself continuing to do that. What I love about performing, working with a group of people, there's something about being in sync with the entire group that is like, yeah, we
Magic.
did. Yeah, like we did that. When you're supposed to be in sync with the group and then you're not, everybody's gonna know. When you are on that same level and you guys get it, I don't even know the feeling to describe. It feels really good.
What's one of your favorite performances?
Sweet Dreams. That one's on the Play Hard account.
Ooh.
The concept video, if y'all want to watch it. It's intriguing. I'm not going to lie. When you watch it, you just don't know what's going to happen. It's very grimy, but like sexy, but like hard hitting. Even Janelle says it's weird.
And then what about your own choreos? Which one's been your favorite?
It has to be my Miguel choreo, How Many Drinks. I just did that one. I'm teaching that one on Tuesday this week again for round 2. I think another good favorite I've done is Don't Stop by Gogo Moro because it just feels really good on the body. It's very sexy, but also a little technical. I find myself always bringing that one back here and there.
Let's pivot now and talk a little bit more about you personally. What do you like to do? Who is Ray outside of dance?
I'm a Cancer moon. I'm a Leo rising. I'm an Aries.
I forget you're an Aries.
What? You don't
Oh
like
my
Aries?
God.
Why?
Y'all are like a little too fiery sometimes, but I'm surprised you're an Aries.
Because I'm a Cancer
Yeah,
moon.
I think it's your Cancer
It's
moon.
my Cancer moon.
That's
I'm
what
telling
is
you.
attractive.
Yeah. So if you're a stranger and you meet me for the first time, I'm total Aries. Come off strong. I might have a RBF, but in the inside, I promise I'm nice and I'm probably just got anxiety. So I'm like straight face.
You're like, I'm just nervous.
One time I went to like a friend's birthday and it was like a bunch of like dance people, right? And there was like more than 30 people. And in a big group, I get nervous. Probably my instructors can relate to this. Everybody knows you. You don't really like know everybody that well. And this one girl, she goes to Jenny's class all the time. And I see her. I think her name's Whitney, actually.
Okay.
But I go to her class, Jenny's class, and she's there. And I always say hi to her there. I was saying hi to everybody, but I was really overstimulated. Then I didn't say hi to her, and I saw her later, and then she was like, yeah, you were saying hi to everybody else, and maybe it's your new hair. And I was like, oh my God. I was saying hi to so many people, and I really got anxiety, and I just had to go sit down, and I blinked out. And
Well, I want to say something about that. So I was sitting on this couch during one of Angel's classes, and she kept coming out and checking the computer, and I'm like, oh, everyone's checked in.
Yeah.
And she goes, oh no, I just get nervous standing there. I like walk out.
Bro,
You're-
me.
Yes, I didn't know you did that too.
Yeah, I do that too. I literally did it. I do it all the time. I remember Zay was here too. And I walked down there like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I just don't want to like stand there. I was like,
please, we're nervous.
Yes, we still get a little scared. I do.
And even when you guys are about to teach class and I'm leaving, I'll always say bye to you guys before your class starts. I rarely ever turn to the students and say hi, even though I know I should. There's 30 of you in the room and I'm scared.
Yes, it's me. I'm the problem.
Yes, I'm the problem. I don't want to say hi to you because I'm nervous.
Yeah, and when I say hi to people, I'm such a hugger. But it's like, not everybody likes that either. And that's what I'm going to do when I see you. Yeah.
I wonder what it is. That should be studied.
That should be studied, actually.
Okay, so what else personally about you? So we know you're a Cancer moon.
When I dance, my Leo comes out. That's more of my alter ego. Her name's Valentina.
Oh.
So I'm
Hey,
like,
girl.
hey. So like when you see her having a good time outside or just being like super confident, like on the gram or through dance, I'm always like, that's Valentina right there. When I'm not dancing, I'm very shy, which is like hard to believe, but
Me too.
I'm always like, oh no. Like,
I don't want to talk in front of more than 5 people. I get so scared.
Me too. I don't out in public. I'm never to myself. I could be extrovert. Don't get me wrong. When don't need to be.
Yeah, I would
I'm
prefer
at home by myself with my animals. No one talk to me. No one bother me. I don't want to be seen in public. Like
Do you have hobbies outside of dance? Like,
I don't know if it's a hobby, but I do like to meditate. I like to idealize my life. I feel like that helps with manifesting. When you put the work in, what you think about subconsciously comes out to real life.
how do you idealize your life?
It sound weird. No, just kidding.
I'm really weird. Okay.
I love talking to myself. When you get older, it's really hard to heal yourself. It's so easy to just, no, I'm going to do whatever I want.
It's hard to face yourself.
Yes. When you heal, it's not even just you're healing things that you're going through right now. You're trying to heal that little kid that was hurt. When you talk to yourself in the mirror, like, you're okay, you're safe, you're telling your little self that. You can't just sit in your thoughts and not do anything about it.
Where do you want to be, like personally? We asked about career-wise, but
Yeah.
how about you as a person?
I just want to be the best version of myself than the day before. If you keep building yourself and your mentality, it's like almost you're preparing yourself for the next wrong thing. When I was in college, this was like most of my rock bottom era. And I went through like an eating disorder. And that was really hard as an athlete. In the back of my head, I was like, I don't want to be like that. I'm supposed to be the person that's like happy and enjoying life. As dark as it was in that moment for me, especially because I didn't have any family out in Indiana. I was born and raised here. It was like probably the hardest thing to ever get myself out of by myself.
You didn't ask for help?
I did eventually. The thing is, I feel like when you go through something like that, no matter what it is, you have to confess to yourself that you have a problem. And that's the hardest part to do, is to tell yourself, no, this is wrong. You're going through something and you need help. I remember one day I was in my room all by myself. That was probably the moment where I was like, yeah, today's the day. And I remember my one friend at the time, she sat by my door. It was locked, but she sat by my door for like almost the whole night. And then that night I was like, damn, like if you didn't stay, like who knows? And I was grateful she did though, because it gave me that realization, like ask for help.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have to be the end. There's always someone that cares about you no matter what, even if it's not yourself at the time. There's somebody that cares for you. And if you want it, it's okay to ask. Like no one, and I think that's where my niceness comes in, because no one should judge you for that. No one should say anything about that, because everybody goes through their own things in life.
Everybody, I think, has experienced that lower than low moment.
Yes.
And you're right, the only person that can pick you up is you, unfortunately.
Yeah, it has to be you, because whichever route you were to take is your decision. Mm-hmm. Because if it was the other way, it was still my choice.
Yes.
But if it's the way it was, how it went, it was my choice. You know, but it's up to you. It's your ultimatum almost to decide that.
You're right. It is an ultimatum with yourself. Mm-hmm. I have gone through really dark times too. And every time now that something good happens, I always tell myself like, I could have missed this.
Yes.
Or I could have missed knowing these people, or I could have missed this experience. And like, I'm so happy I'm still here to experience it.
Exactly. I feel like when you have an eating disorder, you can heal from it, but it does stick with you.
Oh, interesting.
For life, I feel like. Because even now, like, it's almost a battle every day in my head that I have to be like, make sure you eat. Like, you know, or, yeah. And And like, I'm pretty good about it now. That's why I feel like I could talk about it. I've shared this before on Instagram, just like in spurts, like when I was really into my fitness journey. It's almost like that relates to dance too. When you tell your students something, you have to do it too, right? And that's how I was with fitness. I was telling all these people, make sure you get your nutrition in, or do this and do that. And then here I am, having an eating disorder, and you don't even know about it. So I had to go through a moment where like I had to take a break from like fitness stuff, because I was like, how am I telling these people to do these things? And I'm over here and they don't even know what's going on. Once I did share that experience, then I realized how many other people were going through it too.
That is so nice of you to share, because when we are going through dark times, we always think we're alone.
There's always someone experiencing probably the same thing as you or worse. Why not be nice to people? From the eating disorder, you also get body dysmorphia. Because I was talking so bad about myself, I was like, I would never say that to anybody else. That's mean. So why am I saying that to me?
Your body is tea. And everybody says that. Do you feel comfortable in your own skin now? And like, how did you transition from having the eating disorder to being like, no, I need to get healthy, and like, I like how I look? What's the practices you did? Because I'm sure there are people listening who are experiencing that.
I went back home for like Christmas break during that time. I was hiding the fact that I had an eating disorder from my family. What I was doing was like, I had bulimia, and then I was also like going back and forth with like starving myself. I hate that I binged ate and then I threw up every day or after every meal. I don't want to touch food. Then I wouldn't eat for like a week. And then I would go back because I wasn't eating, and I would binge again and then do it again. Couldn't let my family know that I was throwing up. So I was like hiding it from them. It was like the night before I left back to Indiana to college. And I don't want to live like this. I sat there like crying to myself, just said like my little prayers. And I wrote in my journal how I want to change and the reason why I wanted to change. And I did that every single day for like a year. Every day I wrote my eating disorder just not to find who I am. And I wrote on my mirrors in college, all around my room, like left sticky note, you're beautiful, positive affirmations, just like everywhere. Like, so when I woke up and I looked in the mirror, I read you're beautiful. I might not have believed it in that moment, but when you, it's so funny to say this, but like when you kind of gaslight yourself to make you believe it, you start to live it.
Well, yeah, because you can gaslight yourself into thinking you're ugly or you're fat,
Exactly.
right? So why can't you gaslight yourself the opposite way?
Exactly. Every morning I would wake up at 5 a.m., listen to a motivational podcast, and take notes of what I like to hear. And I think that's helped change my mindset, where it got to a moment where I was like, I believe it. With fitness, you take your progress pictures, you film yourself, and you see. But at the same time, it's not quite the same as seeing dance. You're filming yourself, but you're moving. Your body's changing within the movement. Maybe when I'm doing a back bend, you might see my little roll. But when I take a dive, I look nice and flat. When I got into dance and I was seeing myself filmed from that perspective for the first time, I was seeing all the imperfections all over again.
Wow.
Damn, this is what I look like? Ugh, gross. I had done so much healing already to get to a point where I was like, no, you're beautiful. Dance almost was like bringing it back. Am I going to let this take me back to where I never want to be again? This is a moment for you to realize this is what you look like from a different perspective. If you don't like how your body looks, change it, but do it healthy.
You're right. You're constantly moving. So yeah, maybe you didn't look good in that position for a second.
Right.
But like, damn, you look good in other positions. And
Exactly.
it's just be so thankful that your body can move in all those ways.
Not everyone can do what you do. And not saying the talent, I'm talking about walking.
Yes.
Seeing there's worse problems than you being mad about yourself because you didn't like that you looked a little fat.
Giselle and I talked about that yesterday in her podcast interview, because she has that rod in her leg from cancer.
Yes.
She actually is signed up for your Thursday class, I think, because she wants to start moving again. Yes. But wow, I'm over here being like, oh, I'm too tired to dance, I'm this and that. But Giselle literally could barely, she didn't even know she could walk again after her surgery.
Life can be taken from you in any point in time, at any second. You have to dance like it's your last class ever.
Wow.
And I think that's what makes me super passionate about it, because there might be a day where I might not be able to do this anymore.
Do you know who Chris Montano is?
I don't think so.
This is not a secret, so I'm not sharing like a secret thing. He posts this on Instagram. He was teaching a class at Drip, I think a year ago, and his students were like, hey, you're slurring your words. He was like, I think I just have anxiety because I'm nervous about teaching a class.
Yes.
He ended up having a brain abscess and he went
my
in,
God.
like literally the next day, he went into a coma. And so he had to get surgery, and I visited him in the hospital. He's a very good friend of mine, but he's starting to rent the studio again to teach his classes. And oh my gosh, the fact that he is still trying to get back to being an instructor. But for a year, he just surgery after surgery, coma after coma. It was like crazy.
That's insane.
But you're right. It's like, yeah, you taught a great class, and then the next day you're in the hospital.
yeah, like
That's insane.
you just never know.
Let's round it back to your students as we sign off on this podcast. Is there anything you want to tell your students?
I love you guys. No, I do love I tell my students all the time I love them. You guys really fulfill my cup. Seeing you guys in class is so important to me. You guys are all beautiful. You guys are all special in your own way. And you mean the world to me and to other people as well. Keep being yourself. Keep dancing. Keep putting in the work. Whatever you want in life is yours as long as you put in the work. There's always going to be people here to support you. So if you feel like you're alone or you can't do it, come to me. I got you, baby girl. Okay? I will take care of you, and we're going to go to the top together.
I love that. Well, thank you, Ray, for joining No Dry Talk. Actually, let me see who the next person is.
Like, it was just me crying the whole time. Sorry, guys.
No, I love that. I dated this guy for a little bit, and when we first met, he was like, so this crying every day thing, is this like, he goes, is this a regular thing, or you're just going through something right now? And I was like, this is a regular thing. I cry every day.
Literally, bro, literally.
One of the things I recently cried about was there's a squirrel in a baby squirrel in my neighborhood. I think his mom died or something because he's just by himself. But he comes to my door and literally knocks on my door, and I put almonds underneath the door so he can eat. And when it was raining, how does he know how to stay dry and safe if his mom isn't there? And I'm like crying.
Oh my God.
I'm like, where is he?
Literally me. Like, stressed. God.
What is a recent thing that you cried about?
It's so funny because sometimes friends are asking me, like, what do I like, or what kind of gift do I like? Y'all can write me a little sticky note saying I love you, and I will cry. But
Have you always been this emotional?
yes.
I know.
All
me
the time.
too.
Like, when I was younger, like, I was a crybaby. And not like a crybaby where I was like, oh, like, I need what I want kind of crybaby. Like, if you hurt my feelings, I'm going to cry.
Yeah.
And my dad would yell at me, and my mom had to be like, she's emotional. Stop. And they had to be like, oh.
Are your parents sensitive?
My mom is sensitive. My dad has no emotions, I think.
Wait, what's your ethnicity again?
I'm Mexican, Filipino, and a little bit of white.
Okay. And is your dad the Filipino white?
No, my dad is full Mexican.
Oh.
My mom is Filipino and a little bit of white.
Are they supportive of you as a creative?
My mom is. My dad's not a fan at all.
Oh. Is it the dancing, or is it more like he wants you to have a real job like a lot of parents do?
Both.
Oh.
Both. He thinks my job is a joke, and he also thinks I do this for shits and giggles. Practically. He doesn't like the dancing at all.
Well, I guess you didn't grow up dancing, so he didn't have to see you in those situations.
Yeah.
It must be very different, to see your
it's
daughter.
a lot different.
Your grown-ass daughter.
Yeah. And then it doesn't help too because old coaches, we'd have each other on Instagram, but like from when I was younger, I wasn't posting dance stuff back then. I was posting selfies with my friends in school. I've taken about most of them off now. Sometimes they do see it still, or they hear it from like their daughters. They'll bring it up to my dad. Sorry guys, living my best life. I don't know what to tell you.
I grew up dancing, Polynesian dancing, so my parents have seen me in a coconut bra and a grass skirt forever. It's so nothing to them when they see me with not a lot of clothes on or in a bikini top or something. They're like, whatever. But I can see how that would be shocking to some people.
Yeah. Like, sorry.
Yeah, there's like a new Ray, especially when you're an athlete and then now you're this.
Saying. Like when I was a softball athlete, like I was a whole nother person. I'm the same in here, but where I show myself, I'm not the same. If that makes sense.
Yes, it does make sense.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine you as a jock.
Oh my God. I was so about sports. Yeah, I play softball and I do this. I'm a pitcher and this.
You were a pitcher?
Yeah.
So you've got an arm on you.
I do got an arm. Who's trying to get striked out?
The type of men you date then, are they typically like creatives? Are they jocks? Are they...
So when I was in high school, I had a boyfriend. That was my only boyfriend I've ever had until now.
Really?
Yeah, I've only been one true relationship. Like I count it, but I don't because we were like in high school, you know.
Oh, I don't count anything before 30.
Yeah, so it's like
if you dated me at 30, no, you didn't.
I'm 26. I'm turning 27 next month. I've never been in like an adult relationship.
Why not? What is stopping you? I know you get hit on, so what is it?
I'd be picking the wrong men, girl. No, I don't pick the men. They pick me. And then I try and give them the chance and they're like, actually, never mind. But I will say this actually, because I think most of my girlies can probably relate to this being a dancer. I feel like a lot of guys idealize us when they see us and they have this picture in their head. She's a dancer. She looks like this and blah,
She's
blah,
always
blah.
like this.
Yes. What are you creating in your head? I feel like that's why it's hard for me to be in a relationship or like try and build one, because most of the guys that I've tried to talk to or even like talk to for X amount of months, they like me for my looks, my body, and because I dance good or whatever. And I'm just like, I know that. Like, can you like me because I cry? Like, what? Or because like I don't know, like,
Yeah, can you enjoy my sensitivity?
yeah, or like I'm a little weird. Can you handle that? It never gets to where I can fully show my personality because it's more about my looks.
I feel like though it's probably hard for you to also find somebody if you've been single this long because you do everything for yourself.
That is also really hard. There was one recently, but we're just like, don't even get me started.
When you talk about a guy and you roll your eyes right away, you're like, you know.
When you can barely show up for me, do not worry.
Yeah.
I could do it myself.
Yes.
But besides that part, it's also really hard to find someone that can be okay with my schedule. I'm a busy girl.
I only date entrepreneurs because they're the only ones who understand. Yeah, maybe we're going to go to dinner, but I'm going to work from 10 o'clock to midnight. And they understand I really am working.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not just ignoring your call. I'm locked in and doing work. You know, these 9-to-5ers, they don't get it. They're like, don't you have the weekends off? I'm like, I never have a day off.
Oh my God. That's
what?
It's never like a day where I'm doing nothing. Like,
that would be so nice.
That would be really nice, actually. Because even if I'm not creating content on the weekends, I'm still like posting whatever I had left or, you know, responding to the comments. That still takes energy and time that I could just like watch a movie.
I know. Oh my gosh, I would love to just watch a movie.
I literally don't watch TV. I don't even own a TV.
You don't?
I don't own a TV.
I love this for you.
But honestly, like, I like it.
Oh yeah, I have a rule that even with the guys I'm dating, I don't like a TV in the bedroom because that's a place of rest. You should not be watching TV in there.
I agree on that actually. I always just listen to music, or I'm a super like hard lo-fi person.
What's lo-fi?
Lo-fi is just like soft beats, so it's like almost like white noise. I could play you a little tune.
Okay, but then so what do you do at home when you're like?
She's like, what do you do? I'm like,
what do you do?
I sit in bed like this.
Yeah.
Well, first let me show you what I mean for lo-fi.
You just listen to this?
Just wait. Like when the beat drops.
Oh, just wait.
Just wait for the good part. It's coming.
Oh. Okay, this is what I call mushroom music.
Oh, really?
This is what I listen to when I'm on mushrooms. Yes. Yeah. Okay, so it's lo-fi. I didn't know that's what it's called.
Yeah, it's called lo-fi. So I listen to that every night when I go to bed. It keeps me calm. I fall asleep every single time. I also listen to that like in the morning sometimes too, like when I'm getting ready. It's either that or a podcast. What you listen to is what is getting put into your life.
What kind of podcast do you listen to?
Motivational ones, like some David Goggins. Eric Thomas is really good too. One girl, I cannot remember her name though. But if you do like search up this one thing that she's all about, it's like this 5-second rule. And like you reverse it like to get up in the morning.
Yes, I think that's Mel Robbins.
Yes.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And
honestly,
I just go.
It fucking works.
Yeah.
It works. Like if you're all about it, it works.
I'm reading a book right now. It's called, I'm listening to it on audiobook. And it's called Mistakes That Made Me a Millionaire by Kim Perrell. And she sold her last company for $235 million. Wow. But her whole book is just all the way she fucked up. And I'm obsessed with it right now.
You need to fail more than you succeed.
Yes.
Because when you fail, you get to that next level.
Yeah.
all the time.
Okay, so you listen to lo-fi.
Yeah.
You listen to podcasts. What else do you love to do? I'm so curious
Uh,
about like what does your home life look like?
What does my home life look like? Wake up usually about like 7 a.m. during the work day. Sometimes earlier if I want to do like a workout. It just depends how I'm feeling that day. And also it depends if I'm teaching that day because I don't want to be like too wore out for myself. You know, I take my dog for a walk and then I head straight to work usually about 9 to 5. I'm usually running around all the time because I'm going to like the different locations. When I'm done, I come back home. I take Kalia back out again. I feed her, do that routine. And then if I'm teaching or I have to like go to rehearsal, I usually prepare right before. For classes, I always go over my choreo right before I come. I hate when I forget my choreo during class.
Oh God, me and Kenny talked about this in his podcast. It is so embarrassing.
It's so embarrassing. After I prepare, if I have class or whatever, then I come here to teach and do all that stuff. Go home, make dinner, and I really try not to like, I don't really bed rot that much.
Wow,
because
you're my hero.
You're my hero.
Wow, how
I
do
mean,
you do that?
I go to bed.
Wow.
I do my skincare and I go to bed because one thing I'm gonna get is close to my 8 hours of sleep. I still have certain moments here and there where like I just want to be on my phone or watch my dance video.
You're not a doom scroller?
I'm not.
I love this about you.
Yeah, like I think I do it for my job, so I don't want to do it when I get home.
I'm gonna channel you tonight and I'm gonna try to do this.
Do it.
Seriously, I'm gonna put an alarm to go to sleep for 8 hours.
Yeah. The only thing that I will watch is like food videos.
Do you enjoy cooking?
I do.
What do you cook usually?
I do love, you know, my good old like homemade chipotle bowl, stuffed peppers, pastas. Also, don't get me wrong, I love a good sandwich.
Okay, I love a good tuna sandwich. I make the bombest tuna sandwiches.
I have to try. I'm not like a super big tuna fan, but if the tuna is good,
Yeah.
I will eat it.
That's the secret. You have to get
Yes.
good tuna.
Yeah.
I started eating sandwiches because Angel turned me on to pickles.
I love pickles.
When we first opened Drip, I did a little intro and 3 fun facts about every single person that worked here.
Mm-hmm.
And Angel's fun fact was she eats half a jar of pickles every day.
Shut up. That's a lot of hydration. I
So
love
ever
that.
since then, I'm like, well, I have to have a sandwich with my pickles and some
Yep.
barbecue chips. And
Yep.
I've been obsessed with this meal for a year.
Yes. It's so good. Or I also love a good, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's like nochi or
Gnocchi.
gnocchi. That one. Oh, I love a good with like
Like
some
sweet potatoes or just potato?
No, like pasta gnocchi.
Oh, okay, like a stuffed.
No, have you ever seen like pasta?
Yeah, but there's
Like the
usually
little-
something inside.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't get the ones.
Or is
that
it like a ball?
It's just a ball. that I
Okay,
get.
I think it's made of potato or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, yeah. Uh-huh,
that one.
that
But they
one.
have sweet potato ones.
What?
Yes.
I love
They
sweet
have it at
potato.
Trader Joe's. And it comes in a bag already and you just put it in a pan.
Stop. I go to Trader Joe's all the time.
Oh God, it's so
I need
good.
to look for it.
Yes.
Yeah. I love a good breakfast.
I have to eat breakfast
love
every
good
morning.
breakfast.
Me and you have similar food tastes.
Yes.
We should go for a meal.
We should.
Oh my gosh, our meal would be so bomb.
It would. What's like your favorite breakfast meal?
Filipino breakfast.
That's good too. I love a good Mexican breakfast also.
Oh my
though.
gosh.
Like some chilaquiles.
Huevos Mexicana is so good.
Ooh, so
That's my
good.
favorite. With like a hot tortilla.
Oh my God. Or you know, a Mexican breakfast that I can eat. I've done this for dinner too. Just like some simple chorizo, eggs, and potatoes. It never goes wrong. Like I could eat that at any time of the day. Have you ever heard of hypnosis?
Yes.
I do that. That's really
Yourself?
fun. Not myself. I have like this guide that helps me get into it.
You know what I think you would like that I use is the Think Up app. So you can record your voice giving you affirmations. So I have like 60 affirmations and I play it on a loop while I take a
God.
shower. And it's literally like, today you're going to, smile at someone. Today you feel beautiful. Like, or
Yes.
I am this, I am that. But it's your own voice.
What?
Yes, and I love
That
it.
sounds really cool.
It's like mirror talking, but you just hear yourself throughout the
is
day. I
stuff.
assume you like neuroscience and stuff like that too then.
I do.
Yeah.
I always like looking up like fun facts and stuff or just like reading stuff. I was that kid in elementary school reading all the Harry Potter books or like, they had all the scientific about animals in the library. I read every single one.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I just liked reading.
You're a reader?
Yeah, even my mom, when she would punish us, like not punish us, but if me and my sister were fighting, she would take like my sister's like toys or whatever she was using away, and for me, she had to take away my books. I would cry because I was like, I can't read.
What's one of your favorite books?
It's a little unhinged, but it's called Unfuck Yourself.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
That sounds fun.
If you listen to the audio, it's actually a lot more fun because I think the guy's it's the author's voice, I think, and he's like Australian or Ireland or something like that. It's like whatever the title says, to be honest. Like, unfuck yourself, like get out of your feelings kind of thing. So it's basically just talking about the things that you go through life. It's just like you can get over it, you know, and it just makes you like think a little bit about the things that you go through and like how to get out of it, but more from like a logical standpoint versus like, you can do this.
Yes.
It's like, nah, get out your feelings. Like,
Yeah.
and I think that was like a good book that I think about a lot because when I read that one, when I was like going through like my things, like my eating disorder and stuff, it just like almost like triggered something to be like, girl, stop.
Okay, well, I'm going to reverse what we did and I'll put your ending at the end.
Okay.
So we'll end it again. Thank you so much for joining. I guess that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, bye guys. We love you.
Bye,
See
we
you on the
love
next
you.
episode of No Dry Talk.
Kisses. Bye.